Hello, good evening everybody, welcome along to JACKOCAR's third race of its first ever season here for the Singapore Grand Prix. The second night race we're going to have this season. And yeah, first time we're going to see Mr. John in a livery that is Simpsons based. I've already been told this is a homer. And I've already said I might grow to like it, we'll see. But he'll be the first one to do a lap, so we'll follow him around. Anyway, I'm recording to the Owen Wyatt, and with me, as usual, the mastermind, Mr. Jacko.
Good evening, everybody. How are we, Owen?
In pain, but alive. I've not got the coronavirus, so that's fine. I guess we'll live, I think. We'll see.
For another week? Because I know last week you were worried about not making it tonight, but you're here.
Yeah. Well, luckily, here in Northern Ireland, we know how to deal with this coronavirus. Nowhere else does. We've got the secret formula, so we should be absolutely fine.
So
we'll live.
You'll be here at the end of the season then when you commentate in China?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll put money on it.
I know you will. Anyway, moving on. We've got, I think, a yellow flag in Sector 1. I might have just been for somebody getting out of the way. We've got most of the field out on track at the minute. Everyone apart from, well, actually everyone is out apart from Spencer and TC. Couple considering going out, maybe others just watching, but, yeah. Mr. John is on a relatively safe lap. Just gonna go for bankers, these guys, at the moment. We'll keep following him round and see what sort of times we get. While I put a stream link on it, probably not a bad idea to do that, is it? Let me get a stream link. You can talk about this challenge of standings, Jacko, while I get
Sorry,
that all up.
whilst Owen does his job.
Yeah.
Obviously, week 3, we've had 2 races already with 2 different drivers advancing. They are Michael KK and Arnold in the 31 car. But the top 10 for the regular season standings are Arnold leads from OKK, Dexter is 3rd with his arch nemesis Barry behind him, TC is 5th, Pete Knighton is 6th, Jamie Bromley down in 7th, who is, by the way, the last driver racing tonight who could overtake the lead of the championship. Behind him is MK Bourne, then Khalifa championship favourite, and Camo Babo back in the number 2 car this week. John and Anine just outside the top 10, but only because Camo Babo's points finish in Australia was better than anything John has had so far. There we go, and we also have one Joker driver tonight.
And that would be Crazy Flying Rob. And he's currently, I think he's in last place actually at the minute, so hopefully he'll go a bit higher up. But I'm just looking at Camo Babo's livery, and I think he's doing the Rich Energy colours a bit of justice here. This is how you should have done it. I'm liking the way that one looks under lights. Very nice.
Yeah, of course we missed it last week in Abu Dhabi. Yeah, I think it was his birthday, so a belated happy birthday to Camo Babo.
Yeah.
Nice helmet design actually with that car.
Let's see the helmet. I guess it suits to it, doesn't it? Yeah, nice. Yeah. Liking it. I'm a fan. Will it win my livery of the week though? I don't know who my winners have been so far. I think I've had... Obviously I'm making this up on the spot as Nascar retires. Don't know where exactly that is. I think it is that turn 8 he's gone. It's turn 8 he's gone. That's a shame. I think Whiteside had my best livery for week 1. And then... where is he? Oh, someone's off. It's Murdoch. He's gone to the back of Dan Scar's car. And we've got a bit of a traffic jam. Then it goes Arnold past. Here's my favourite livery from last week as well. I think Camo Babo might already have my favourite one for this week. But we've got a bit of a car part because the car of Dan Scar took a while to go away. I think it should be away now. But yeah. Just caught a couple of those guys out there.
Yeah. Owen, I know you're a fan of your liveries. Have you seen Mr. Robshit down in P20? Very different, something we haven't seen yet. Same design as Pete, but different colours.
Into the wall. Well, he's ripping bits of that livery and he's ripping bits of the car and he's absolutely all over the show. But yeah, it's nice enough. Yeah, decent. Like it. Yeah, I do like it. And loving the contrast. Get a good head-on shot. I know it's a bit damaged now, but still, quite like it.
course, this is Rob's debut in JACKOCAR, so he'll be adjusting to the damage model, which he's not used yet. Also, Dan's car in for a debut today, taking the place of OKK. Rob is in for Jess. And speaking of Jess, our number 46 car, Indecisive Matt, currently down in 13th. His helmet is actually a tribute to Jess this week. She hasn't died, she's just not racing.
No, I don't get it either.
But that's what he's rocking, so I'll see what he can do.
Right, here's Beesma. He's one of the few drivers at the minute who haven't actually got a legal time on the board, but there he goes, P5. We're legal now. Whoop-de-doo. Khalifa on top again, just as he was last week in Abu Dhabi. Of course, that's a bit of a... What on... I don't know if you've seen that on the map. Is someone just sitting in the middle of the map? He's disappeared now. Sorry, you probably weren't even looking at the map. Right. I'll ignore the map. If you saw it, yeah, you saw it, but it was weird. Car just in the middle of nowhere. Anyway, like I say, Khalifa had a good fight last week, didn't he? With Arnold in the fight for the lead in Abu Dhabi. That one lasted really for the last 4 to 5 laps. But Pete, Pete had a bit of a poor qualifying, poor start to the race. And he'll be looking this week to be at the front the whole time because he has got fantastic overtaking ability in this league. He's able to exploit the rule set in a way that others haven't been able to so far, as in the fact that you can be a bit more rough when you're passing people. And he's got that down. Could that be what propels him towards victory today, do you reckon?
I reckon so, and if it's something that the drivers take a little bit of time to adapt to over the next few races, Pete is going to find himself a hell of an advantage in regards to playoff points and regular season points as we get deeper into the season. So he's one of the 2 or 3 that have fully adapted to it. But we'll see tonight, street race, how are people going to be a little bit more cautious maybe, or maybe a little bit more aggressive. So yeah, Pete is the one to watch. Speaking of ones to watch, so are you, Mr. Aaron Wyatt.
We won't spoil it, but if you know what I'm going to do at the start, then you know what I'm going to do at the start. Just, if you watch NASCAR, then you really should know that it's a bit of a wonder how we haven't thought of doing this yet. And as you know, I love my catchphrases. So, yeah, just, be looking forward to the start. Anyway, I'm watching Straw Blonde as he heads through the first sector. I don't know, so far maybe I've been expecting a tiny bit more from him, but he's had a bit of a poor start, I think. He's struggled maybe to adapt. Could this be the night maybe where he breaks through, puts his title charge on the table? Because I reckon track like this he could run well at if he just keeps his nose clean. I guess you could say the same for everyone as Risky Race today because P3. But yeah, I think this is a big chance for a lot of people who've had a bit of a slow start if they can just keep their noses clean. This place is crazy enough as it is, but with simulation damage, constant safety cars that would be, bunching the field back up, if you can avoid accidents, I'm predicting we'll have less than 10 cars at the finish. It's just the way this track works.
Yeah,
so,
sorry, he's one of those. He's had an awful start to the season, but you don't forget he pushed Splinter all the way to the final race in ILR 8 last season for the championship. So he's got the potential. He's just not had the luck. Might be, again, like we say, struggling adapting to the rules as he almost hits the wall there. But there's a couple other drivers as well down at the bottom of the standings that shouldn't be there. Mark Beesma, one of them, Yuri, and I guess you could say Mr. Whiteout as well, yeah, until his incident with Straw Blonde. It should be a little bit higher, really.
I think a lot of people ran quite well in Australia. I think it's, looking back on that race, there was so much missed potential. Again, like I said, OKK, it's a wonder how he managed to win that thing. He'd be loving life as a result as Pete goes fastest. And, yeah, this is the good news. That's what I'm saying. Keep your nose clean. It does work out for you, but, yeah, we'll see, really, if these guys can take advantage. This will be our second chance at a full-on street track, not just like a pseudo-street track. This is their first chance tonight to really experience the full-on experience of a hellish night race in very tight conditions with simulation damage. So, yeah, hopefully people take really from OKK's mantle, I guess, and see what masterclass. Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for. Good word. I'm a fan of that word.
Going back to Australia, don't forget Camo Baba, he missed last week, but he took a P3 just by keeping his nose clean, so I think that is the way drivers are going to have to act to try and win a race.
Yeah.
Something Arnaud did last week in Abu Dhabi. He took a bit of damage in Australia, but he recovered into P2.
Well, you know, this is it, right? We never really even considered Arnaud for the win last week because he just looked to be so slow, but he had just calculated that down to a T, and he had all the grip he needed at the end of the race, and he caught Khalifa off guard, I think. And it was a good way to see it, a splinter from 18th at the minute retires. And where does that happen? That is in Sector 1. It looks like he hasn't actually crashed out. I wonder if he's run out of tyres due to something, but he's out anyway. But yeah, we've seen many different ways of going about it. We've seen Pete's gung-ho way of going about it. We've seen OKK's calm way of going about it, and we've seen Arnaud's it's sort of a mix between the two of them. Aggressive when he needs to be, but you know, calculated. It's three different styles that we've seen work in their many ways, and yeah, looking forward to seeing how these guys adapt. I'm sure they'll be watching the races back, some of these guys, and will be taking up from it because they've got to prepare for the playoffs. If these guys are getting through to the playoffs, they've got to be preparing for that, because the first race you get in the playoffs is Baku. It's a street track just like this one. These are the perfect types of races to prepare for that, because a bad day in Baku and that could be your championship over. So you've got to be so careful and learn from what these guys are doing. I'm sure they are, but we'll see.
There's a small amount of leeway in round one of the playoffs because the drivers have 3 races to get through. So you can have a bad race and then do well in the other 2, but by the time you get to round 2 of the playoffs, there's only there's 2 races to get through. So these drivers, they need to be on the ball. Every opportunity, every point counts.
Right then. So, speaking of points, do you get playoff points for qualifying?
Yes. So the pole winner will get a playoff point.
Lovely.
Which at the moment is Pete, but 4 minutes to go in qualifying still.
And hello, by the way, to the people in the chat. Nice to see you all. Hope you're all looking forward to the race. Do share the link if you can. Helps us out a lot. Cheers, thanks. As as Beesman starts his lap, not using DRS. Interesting enough. Sorry, that's because he's finished the lap. Duh. No wonder. Let's watch Whiteside. He's actually on a lap. That means we can, you know, have a look at that lovely livery again. How nice. Just great. Although he has got Baza right in front of him, he might have been held up a little bit. Nothing too major by the looks of it. He's got Crazy Flying Rob up ahead. He's going much faster than the guy who's currently 15th. He
Baza
might
actually invalidated his lap at
oh,
one,
look
so
at that.
He's saving the tyres.
Crazy Flying Rob really messing about there. Who invalidated?
Baza, that's why he's
Baza?
on a slow lap. Yeah, so he'll be going again.
Alright. Hello to Gemma Frost in the chat. Hello John, Bill, everybody, Kyle, KJ, Luke. We've got plenty of lovely people in the chat, including a few here racing as well. So if anyone in the chat's racing, good luck for that too. You shall do well. I bless you. Anyway,
I believe Jess will be joining us in the chat as well.
Yes.
About the way into the race.
She says about 10 laps in, she reckons. And Whiteside there goes 3rd fastest. Not too bad. But Khalifa currently 4 tenths up in the first sector alone. 7, nearly 8 tenths in the middle sector. He's on a flyer right now, but he's got to make sure he keeps it within the track limits.
Traffic in front of him.
One little mistake in this final sector, and you will find yourself not improving at all. But at the minute, he's on to absolutely destroy the field. And it looks all good there. He avoids the debris that's in the wall. If you touch that debris, of course, in simulation, you could well puncture your tire, but he's looking all good in the minute. Arnaud has set the benchmark, but I don't think that's going to be enough to beat Khalifa as he comes around the final corner to beat that time and go P1 by nearly 7 tenths of a second. What a lap that was.
And as it stands, we're looking set for round 2 of Khalifa versus Arnaud, and that would be tasty. Khalifa will want revenge. Arnaud have put him under pressure in Abu Dhabi last week. He lost a triple chicane. But good lap from Khalifa.
Yeah, Khalifa called that a great save. Was it? Was it really? I'm not sure if I class that as a save or a bottle, really.
Just to annoy him, we'll call it was a good move on Arnaud's part.
Yeah. Fantastic skill there from Arnaud using the force. That could also be a tactic, the force. We could introduce that. Anyway.
Yeah, that's the fourth way to win a race in JACKOCAR.
Fourth way to win a race. Well, it worked pretty well last week, didn't it? Right, who do we watch then? Do we watch Pete or do we watch Risky Race? I think I'm going to keep watching Risky Racer as he heads round, and then we'll catch up with Pete maybe afterwards, because I'm interested to see how these guys get on. Because at the minute we've got, again, quite a big field spread. It's something you might well notice in qualifying, but as we've seen, the field spread in qualifying, that's not really a massive indicator to how the race is going to go. Of course, you've got the usual suspects at the top, the three you'd expect to be there, but the rest of it, that's where it all gets mixed up. And like I say, it doesn't really matter where you start, it's where you finish, really. And oh, Risky Racer, he taps the wall, bits of his car flying off everywhere, but he's giving it his all up towards the final corner. He's just about going to run out of ERS, is he? Yes, he will.
Fine.
P4.
It's fourth, though. Good luck for Risky.
Right, Pete is up in the first sector by nearly 3/10 of a second. Not a horrendous start, has to be said. Straw Blonde is also up, but not by nearly enough to even gain a place at the current moment. But we'll see if he can get anything for the final corner.
I'll tell you what, Pete will be desperate to nick this pole.
Nah, he's not going to get it. Straw Blonde's not going to get it. Anyway, here comes Pete. You know what? If he has a good final sector, he could well be on for pole. He certainly looks like he's on for second by some distance. But it's a second he has to find. He has to find over 4/10 and a little bit more in the final sector. Can he do it? He may well have the airs to get into the line. That could give him that push he needs. You can see how much he's understeering. Can he keep it on the line for the final corner? Here he comes to the line. Pete is not going to get it. It's P2. Just not quite enough. And that is going to be that, I think. I don't think MK Bourne's up. He's not. And Baz is crawling around. So we've got our grid. Dexter, now, is that his best time? It is. Dexter, top 10 on the mediums.
Very interesting. Of course, the medium is the preferred race tyre here as well. I think everybody else is on the softs in front of him. So the early Nascar course they could get an early car, which would get rid of the advantage that Dexter has.
Yeah.
But we look like we're set for a good race here. Khalifa, Pete, Arnaud.
You know what Dexter could do? He could possibly do medium soft, or medium soft. Depends on safety cars work. I'm not sure if it would actually go that far. Maybe it'd be more the medium soft route, but it just means he gets the longer lasting tires out of the way. He could take advantage of a slightly later safety car, possibly. Opens the door up anyway for strategy. It'd be interesting to see how all that works. Anyway, we're just waiting for people to retire. Straw Blonde has had a horrible accident with a few people on the back straight. Camo Babu's involved in that, and so's Murdoch, but they've all just crashed in there. I love how the AI are just so poor.
Of course, Dexter could be playing the playoff point game and just try and collect as many points as he can.
Could be.
Everyone pits before lap 7, and of course the other stage break is lap 15.
Well, you know, lap 7 is pretty much bang on for the pit stops, really, for the first pit stop. So, yeah. Anyway, let's go through the grid, shall we? Khalifa on pole from Pete and Arnaud. Certainly these three are breaking out as the three sort of contenders so far, but we'll see how the rest do in race conditions. Risky Racer 4th, MK Bourne 5th, Whiteout 6th, Dropland 7th, Beesman 8th, Yuri 9th, and Dexter in 10th on them medium compound tyres. And then Camavalu 11th from Baza, Murdoch, Frenagamo, Indecisive, Crazy Flower and Rob, Mr. John, Splinter, and Dan Scar. And you can see that TC's name is not on that list. I'm not sure if he's in the lobby or not, but hopefully he can be at the start.
I believe he is. He should be able to race.
And remember that Crazy Flying Rob has got a Joker to play. That means he can do a one-stop. So, do you know if he gets good timing on a safety car, he could be in for a decent enough race, but we'll see. He's going to be the one that doesn't cause that safety car, of course. Being at the back is a bit of a risk. You can pick out quite a lot of people's baggage.
What would you do if you're Crazy Flying Rob with the Joker here tonight? Would you start on the hard or start medium? What's your fancy?
I would start on the hards and just let the people around me retire, because you'll get safety cars, you'll bunch yourself back up, and eventually people will pit, and you'll eventually get to a point, I think, where there's another safety car where you can just pit on the mediums, or even the softs, depends how late in the race it is. I reckon if he just keeps, say the classic, keep your nose clean and just keep going, you could be okay. Pete's left. That's a problem. He's not going to get to start the race. He is out of this race before it even starts. He's gone. That's it. Khalifa gets the front row all to himself as a result of that. And Pete, he's a spectator, because when you leave a lobby in this stage, you cannot get back in. He's too late. His car's gone. So we're down to a 19 car field already.
Gutting for Pete.
Yeah, real shame.
I know what everybody will always be saying, that's the Jacko curse when you're on the ones to watch list. I know it's coming.
I hope I don't get caught out on this.
I hope not.
Although I do say my lip is killing me, so.
Yeah, so that was the curse, so.
Yeah. Trying to stop me before I even start. Anyway, let's just have a little look through people's liveries and helmets while we can. We're getting used to these now, aren't we? I'm just sort of skimming through them. They're very nice. They really are very nice. Even the green ones. I don't think this game does British Racing Green justice. There's no, like, car that would suit these colours well. They're good colours, honestly. Yeah, wish they'd have better liveries for them, but Straw Blonde still rocks it alright. And yeah, Beesma again with the Campos colours. I like it more the more I see it. It's very nice. Others are pretty decent as well. Kamababu, I think he might well have my livery of the week there. It's very nice. I really like it, actually. It's really good.
Stealthy with a hint of gold. I like that.
It's very nice. It's, you know, it shows that rich energy rather well, doesn't it?
Yep, 100%. Baz's car.
Yeah.
Welsh.
I'm still not sure about Mr. Jones. I kind of like his other livery more. Oh well, he tried.
It's good to see Peroka's car back on the grid.
Just isn't, is it? It just isn't, is it? Like, it's just, he knows it himself. He knows it's vomit in a livery. Could he not have like made it the Red Bull Camry livery from 2018? Because that's pretty much what that livery was made for. Come on, man. Take the opportunity while it's there. Or I'll do it myself. Actually, no, I just make other people's liveries when I see them. So I might just fix that one up as well. Oh, dear.
One more shout out before they line up is Splinters. I know we've mentioned it every week, but that's such a nice looking car.
Yeah, I've got to actually say Danscar's looks alright as well. I need to get a better shot of it, but I kind of like the electric blue. Looking quite nice. And you know, the little trims of gold on TCs, I didn't notice them last week. I don't think they were, maybe, I think they were there, I just didn't see them, but that sort of gives that car a little bit more character. I quite like that one. But yeah, we're going to have 18 cars on the grid. Jeez, it keeps getting worse. You can see there on Bubba Risky, he's got a whole place ahead of him on his own, but it is Khalifa on pole. And get ready. It's boogity, 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 and let's go racing in Singapore, boys. It's a good start from Arnold. He should hopefully keep that second place. There was nothing really much he could do because there was no one to fight with, so really keeping second place is the best he could do. Looks like a rather poor start from Whiteside. He seems to be falling down, and Pete has realised he can't start. Looking for any contact for the field. Play a side by side, but I think we're all alive. And Danscar's up into P10 and round the outside into P9. He must have gained a good 8 or 9 places. He's flying along, and he's having a fantastic start in that electric blue car. But look at that, lots of contact behind his Camo Babu's great livery just gets destroyed, and I think there's more contact. It's all kicking off on lap 1 now. I just had to say it, didn't I? Risky race. Oh, Arnold, something's happened to Arnold. They're side by side, they're racing. It's a virtual safety car. Who was ahead when the virtual came out? I think it was Arnold, but he's lucky there, he didn't lose that position. A lot of contact though in the early stages. Is Crazy Flying Rob okay? Yes, he is, actually. Let's probably put the tyres on, see what he's on. Yeah, no one on the hards, actually. We've only got mediums and softs out there, but there will be a lot of pit stops, I reckon, on this first lap. But it just gives these guys a chance to slow down and Yeah, just calm it, people. Calm it. Oh, no, don't calm it. That's in the wall. Arnold has just been caught out completely by the VSC going away. Risky Racer got straight past him, and Arnold panicked, put the throttle down, and didn't realise he was in a braking zone. And he's out of the race already. What a fantastic piece of driving there from Risky Racer. He completely rattled at Arnold and forced him to crash himself out. I got a great angle on that. He just floored it. Oh dear. Anyway, I don't think we'll get a safety car for that one because it came just after a VSC ended. So, yeah, let's just see how many pit then. Nascar is pitting, so his great first lap. It was more a chaotic first lap than anything, wasn't it? He was all over the place. How many more are pitting? We've got Camo, Babo, and Frenagamo, and that's the three that pit.
People in the pits, yeah. And ILR8 champion Jamie Bromley's still down in 15th. He's not had a spectacular start. He must have just been avoiding all the trouble. A few cars serving penalties as well in the pits.
Yeah, it was quite a clumsy incident there for Arnold as he leaves. Just like he just floored it into the corner. It was lap 1 out of 31 on the longest race all season. He didn't need to risk that. But he did. Oh, there's more contact. There's a bit of front wing flying. That was from one of the front runners. And I think it was MK Bourne. He's hit the wall on the way into, I think that's turn 10. I'm not quite sure how he's managed that. Maybe he just drifted out a bit wide. But that is simulation damage for you. And he's going to have straw blonde all over him. Does he dive him? Yes, he does. He's going to hit the wall. Or is he going to avoid it? He does avoid it, but he's not going to get that place. He was way too slow. Look at that, that's really poor driving, man. That front wing is destroyed now. NK Board's slowing it all down. And look who's catching up to it now. NK Board's blocking this all off. We're going to have a big train in a minute. It's already 4 cars long. NK Board, what are you doing, lad? You're going to be holding this whole field up. He's caused an incident with Straw Blonde. He's then parked it. And I'm just watching as Bazet on the inside there of Whiteout nearly takes him out. And it's going to be those two in the defence. Whiteout up ahead, as is Bazet, and that was really clumsy, that. Really clumsy. But Dexter, look at him, he's up with the P6 now on these mediums. He's on the back of Beesma too. He's having a decent old start on this alternate strategy, isn't he?
Absolutely. Also, I was just going to point out, Bazet, Mr. Consistent himself, finds himself up in 4 from 12th on the grid, 3 laps in. As we have a yellow flag in sector 1.
It's Risky Racer.
Risky Racer's in the wall.
Oh man, these front runners just cannot keep it on the road. That's how difficult it is, and he's just lost that in traction, I think. Khalifa's got a near 9-second lead as a result of all this. Fine, and there's Dexter. Yeah, you're right. He's off the track though, and that could lead Beesma to come back in him, but I don't think he will. If anything, Murdoch's going to be after him. But yeah, they're actually going to calm it down a bit there. That could have been more fireworks, but luckily they kept it a bit calm. This first few laps has already been a bit crazy. Speaking of which, Crazy Fan Rob is going to be passing TC's car that isn't even here. That's how crazy this race has been so far. I'm pretty sure TC's car, did he come back? He has to have come back. There's no way his AI...
I think he come back and left again.
I was going to say, because his AI... to be through that chaos and just be sat in P11, it wouldn't surprise me actually. Seems like crazy to start Spain. I think he's gone. Yeah, that car's gone. Here comes Rob. Alright, on the outside, he's gone off.
And he's messed it up.
Yeah. And he's reversing. Here comes.
Normally a lot faster than that. Oh.
Well, this helps Crazy Flan Rob out as Yuri bins it in turn 10, and I don't want to lose it there. It seems quite an obvious place to not crash, but they are crashing there. Oh, it's all going off here because Beesma's pitting. Of course, you've got to make 2, but that's a pretty early stop there, isn't it? That looks like maybe a hard and a medium to the end, or maybe 2 mediums or something like that. I think Risky Racer sees that as well. He's pitting, but his team aren't ready for him. Or that's just the game. Ignore me, that's just the game.
As TC's Ghost finds himself up to 9th now.
And he's back! Yay! He'll be thrilled. Right, we're green again. Has anyone been called out? I don't think so.
On the back of Whiteout here. But Dexter lurking in the background.
Khalifa, do you fancy slowing down? Look at him. 10.5 seconds clear. He's got no right. As Splinter gets past Mr. John on that restart. We also got Risky Racer and Straw Blonde going for it. And yeah, even though Crazy Flying Rob made that mistake, he's still in the top 10. It's been a decent start for him.
Yeah, so the Joker strategy's still on if the safety car comes out. I'm more interested in the battle for P2 at the moment. Bazza really working the back of Whiteout's gearbox at the moment. He's got Dexter just gradually catching up lap by lap now. Khalifa's gone. Bazza.
But as you've seen, Jacko, I mean, the leaders have struggled. I mean, you can still see Khalifa possibly win this. It's so difficult to keep your concentration for 31 laps around this track.
Oh, yeah. And
so,
it's worth noting as well that Khalifa has recently just gone to no assists, so he's working with no traction control. One small lapse of concentration and that car's round and in the wall.
You know, you'd be surprised how easy no traction is to control, though, actually. Once you do that, once he's mastered it, he could well be doing this week in, week out leading races. I hope someone would come out. Maybe it would have been Pete today, but listen, we said this in Abu Dhabi and look what happened, so I'm not going to panic too much yet, nor should anybody in the chat. Keep here, this could be interesting, especially got a great fight for third in a minute. Dexter seems to have fantastic pace, and he's keeping up with these two. If they start fighting, you know what I'm going to say, he'll have the grandstand view and he'll possibly have a chance of getting past. And with this more, you know, fight incentive set of rules, this could get quite feisty very soon, if they've all, you know, read their rulebook. As NK Bourne gets ahead of Risky Racer, I think, and Straw Blonde still in the back of that. That's a good wee three-way fight. Three guys you would actually really expect to be at the front, wouldn't you? But they're sitting fighting for P12. Risky Racer outside, turns in on the brakes, breaks the car, and Bazza and Dexter, as Bazza goes off the track. Murdoch gets by as well. Did he hit the wall on the inside? On the way to turn in, could well have done that, or maybe he just had to get out of it, but he's had an incident anyway. And Straw Blonde, who was it got damaged there? Was it NK Bourne?
NK Bourne lost the...
Oh, both of them. Risky Racer too. Risky Racer too. Both of them. Straw Blonde should get by. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. With the way these rolls are, you'll just crash into each other, and that's just how it works, really, isn't it? But
absolutely.
Yeah.
Look at P6, indecisive Matt.
Khalifa.
He knows he shouldn't be there.
Khalifa and Whiteout both pit. Dexter will be at the lead in that lap 7.
This is huge for Dexter. Remember, the end of lap 7 is the first playoff point in the race available. That's what he'll be going for now. Khalifa picked up the first one with pole position. Murdoch is P2. Matt is up to 3rd.
Will there be any traffic, I wonder, for Khalifa to worry about? I think he's come out in as good clean air as he could have really hoped for there. Really nice there for him. As Splinter on the back of Indecisive is looking for P3. Indecisive, another driver that started on the medians, but looks like he's going to lose that P3. Didn't have it for very long. Will he get the move done? No. No, he won't. So this is the time then for Dexter to sit back, relax, and wait for that safety car.
It's all in his hands now.
Indeed. He just has to keep this one on the road. As is Indecisive. He has got Splinter all over him, mind you, but you know, this could hold our Khalifa if it all gets close. NK Bourne and Camo Babu now going for it, and that's Camo Babu's front wing broken. Oh man.
It's worth pointing out that MK Bourne and Camo Babu are teammates as well, so I'm not sure why they're fighting like that. MK Bourne having a nightmare race. Camo Babu being dragged into it.
Look at that, he's all over him because he's got Danskar right there. Danskar is flying along even after having the issues on the first stop, but of course that means that's a pit stop done for him. Maybe he can still benefit from that. But yeah. He'll be looking to get by these two. He'll be looking to get by these two as soon as possible as NK Bourne yields to Camo Babu in the end. But look at this, Khalifa has caught right up to the back of this fight for third. How quickly is he going to get these two, do you reckon? By the end of the straight? Could be by the end of the straight, let's see. Outside? I reckon he'll have it by the end of the straight, I'm telling you. Here he goes. Right on the outside. He's crashed into one of them and spun him round. Will he get the other one? No. Yeah, that might well be the worst attempted overtake I've ever seen in my entire life. I've got to say, Khalifa, you could have tried a bit harder. Look at that. Sprinter just says,
lets him go.
go, please, don't hit me either. So that's indecisive, broken front wing, and probably furious. That's pretty big damage. Virtual safety car from Murdoch.
Yes.
Murdoch, second place driver. And he's gone to turn 8. You'll see he's just gone. Wow, look at that. The barrier is sitting out, and
Khalifa
that
has damage.
is Khalifa, massive damage. The barrier is sitting wet. That's Maldonado in Monaco 2013 style. And it keeps. Oh, out of the race goes TC. This has to be a very dangerous spot on the track. I don't think they can see it. They can't see it. And they're all crashing into each other now. We've got all sorts of pandemonium going on in turn 8. As we see multiple cars crashing into the barrier. Half the grid's got damage and half the grid are retiring. This is a mess. And it's only a virtual safety car. All this is happening under virtual safety car. And Khalifa, how bad's that damage? It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. We've gone green again. That's really poor. Oh, look at that.
Not a safety car.
Frenagamo, no front wing at all on that car. And they're all damaged, surely. Khalifa might well have to pit with that. And that would be a second pit stop done. As MK Bourne retires, we have lost about 7 cars on this lap alone. Utter carnage.
Wow.
And yeah, Khalifa makes his second pit stop. He's going to have to take cards and just hope he's got his electric pace to get to the end. And what was I saying? Anything can happen. I didn't think that would happen, in fairness.
Sir John is P2.
Oh, man.
Oh, wow. Khalifa pits for the second time. Dexter picked up the playoff point lead at the end of lap 7 and all of that.
But you know, what I was going to ask before that kicked off, could we be seeing Khalifa getting into trouble for what he did to Indecisive? Because that would have been probably orange or red damage. I don't know what we're saying about that type of damage, but what do we think about that?
If it's caused orange damage and put him into a spin, he is probably looking at a penalty there. But obviously it would have to be reported first, and the stewards would have to look into it. But yeah, it wasn't the cleanest of moves, was it? And now he's down in 7th, but he has pitted twice.
So let me just get this straight. Everybody from how many didn't pit that lap? What?
Well,
5.
put it this way.
5 drivers didn't pit.
Bowser went from last, which is 12th place, to 4th in a few corners.
You know, what this has done, unfortunately, though, it's absolutely killed the race. It's spread the whole field out because of the barrier, and, well, I'm sure there'll be a lot of unhappy people about that, but do you know what? Safety
There'll be
car...
a few happy people as well.
Safety cars could come out later on, and that could help close up. We've already got some fighting, Straw Blonde and Risky Racer. I'm going to assume that barrier isn't still there. And it isn't, luckily, or else we would have just been seeing a few people dying. But what I'm going to have to... Oh dear, Risky Racer hits the wall, broken front wing. But what I'm going to assume happened is that the barrier just jutted out. It's a bit like a Canada style thing. It always happens there at the Wall of Champions. And they just caught them all out. Because what was happening, I was on board with quite a lot of them. As Ferragamo retires. And he's going to turn 8 as well. Maybe the barrier is still there. Let's see on board with Dexter. Do you know, I reckon that barrier is still there. It's really weird, I can't tell. Now, here's White out in the pits.
Mr. Johns is coming up to it shortly.
Yeah, let's see. Look at him, 24 seconds behind the race leader. That's how much this has changed the race at the moment. But let's just see. What does he do?
What does Mr. Johns
do? Look at that, look at that. He's
right.
really getting out of the way. That barrier must still be there. This could make fighting a bit difficult. It really could.
Of course, this is a failing of the game. Nothing these drivers can do, nothing we can do in the league. Careful, Bazza.
Oh, in the wall, Nascar, and it's going to be another traffic jam. Here comes Khalifa. Here comes Spencer. They've both missed him. Here comes Indecisive. Can Nascar get that thing reversed? I think he's beached. Oh, is he beached? Is he alright? He's going away now. He's alright. Here comes Indecisive. Is he going to make the same mistake? I reckon he's going to avoid it. He does avoid it. What a bizarre incident. We've got side by side with Straw Blonde and Whiteout. Straw Blonde's the unlucky man on the outside. He's going to be into the wall. Oh, There it goes, the front wing. Oh, it's another one. It's Risky Racer. Oh my goodness. The whole front wing's gone. The whole thing. Did Camu Babu hit it as well? He's alright.
Sure.
He got away with it. Straw Blonde, did he break the car?
The
No, he's alright. Oh my goodness. I've never seen anything like this ever in a league race. You know, some people will call it farcical, but I think the only person that's going to be happy about this right now is Mr. John. He's second place. If he just keeps avoiding this wall, he could be up for a goddamn podium.
Do you know what the worst bit about this is for people like Mr. John and Baz there? There's still 21 laps to go in this race.
Well, listen, you know, I said there'd be less than 10 finishers. I mean,
we're not far off.
We're not too far off it, are we? It's already down to 11. I can't believe it. No safety cars. No safety cars yet, as Dan Scar enters the pit lane. Now, this is his second stop. There's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 drivers yet to make 2 stops. The top 2 have got to pit twice. Baza only had to pit once. Could he be on for the win if he doesn't hit the wall? That's what we've got to see. Who holds their nerve and hit this wall? I know this is a bit unfair for these guys at this point. I do know there's a few guys calling for a restart, but I guess you can't really do much about this now, can we?
Not now, no. The race has started. It's just a part of it. Simulation damage.
I don't think the simulation's got anything to do with it. I just think it's more on the game. There's something we can do about it, if you get what I mean. It's nothing you can do about it, I guess, either. Though. I guess you can make that argument. It's a bit of a pickle, isn't it? As Baza has just been overtaken by Khalifa. Now, of course, you know, for all this, Khalifa's actually still by far the net race winner. Believe it or not, because he's made his 2 stops and the guys ahead are going to have to make 2. So, shockingly, he's still going to win this race by about 30 seconds.
So with the broken front wing as well.
Although, any post-race penalties, which he will almost certainly get, could well change that, as he sets the fastest lap of the race. And, by the way, in case we didn't mention it, Dexter has got that first playoff point.
Oh, I mentioned it, but there was so much going on at the time.
Yeah, I think that was probably during barrier gate, wasn't it? We've got another barrier gate. Safety car
has come out.
And it is at barrier gate. It is Risky Racer at that barrier. We'll see Mr. John pass the incident site. God, please don't crash into him.
He's going so slow as well. He knows.
He knows, doesn't he? Like, there he is. Oh, he's going wide.
Oh, look at that barrier. So
you know,
now would be the time to pit for Dexter and John.
Khalifa, yeah, avoiding. Well, this is a good time to pit, yeah. And it'll close it all up again. I reckon if I were Dexter, I would pit twice right now. Get the 2 pit stops done in this safety car. You've got enough gap. You can make the first one, bomb it round, because it won't be on the Delta, and then make the second one. Same with Mr. John. Yeah. Just do that. Do it. But yeah, I know there's a lot of angry people in the chat. I guess we can't do anything, can we? We genuinely haven't got anything we can do as Dexter makes the first pit stop. Oh, that's a good point. Can the safety car pass that barrier? That should be like a experiment we should try. I guess we're going to try. What if the safety car... White Tie has just got a drive-through for speeding. Oh, I want to see the safety car now. Come on, hurry up, get there, Dexter. Well, Mr. John Pitt, he's nowhere near. Dexter's even... Yeah, Dexter should be able to get round and maybe make a second pit stop. Right, then let's... He has gone medium. Right, let's see. Will this safety car miss the goddamn what? Because the safety car's going to go on the racing line. Right. If this hits the wall, I think we're going to have to call a race here. If I'm honest. I can't say. If the safety car can't go round, then we could have a bit of an issue here. Mr. John and Baza pit. That's them done, or Baza done, sorry, for the race. Mr. John going on the soft, so I guess he's planning for a short stint, but this is it then. Are we ready, folks? Because I don't think you are.
Dexter's got to leave a gap. What does the safety car do?
Oh my god.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay.
Boring. Boo! You should have crashed. Oh, hold on. Khalifa's crashed. The wall is still there.
Crashed. The wall's across the whole track at the moment on my screen. I don't know about.
I can't see it anymore. What is going on in this race? Cody's fam.
Mr. John is. Oh, Mr.
Oh, I can't see the wall, but I know it's there. I know it's very scary. Here we go again, indecisive. That's too wide, lad. You've got to avoid that. Oh, Baza, be careful. How are we going to do another 29 laps of this? Or not 29, 19. God, if it was 29 to go, I'd be killing myself right now. We would genuinely get no finish. We may well still get no finishers, frankly. Because it's the actual racing line that this barrier is crossing. I'm still waiting for the safety car will crash into it. I'm still convinced it will happen. As Nascar, will he miss it? Yes, he's missed it. So Khalifa's the only one to crash into it, and it's big damage. He'll have to pit, and that kills his race really, because now he can't get the advantage of Dexter's second stop. We've now got 4 drivers. You have to make a second stop. Well,
Someone who's going to benefit from this is Mr. John if he pits.
Well,
Dexter stays out. Mr. John stays out.
I'm even waiting for the next safety car. I guess they're sort of anticipating it's going to happen now.
So what this means for everybody apart from Dan's car is absolute solid points today.
Well, I don't know about this. You see, I do feel a bit sorry for the other 10 drivers, because they've done nothing wrong. They actually have done nothing wrong. Because we've got a lot of them are pretty angry in the chat now. Because we can't rerun it, can we? It's lap 13 and we've lost half the field.
We haven't got the time to rerun it. The thing is, I'm looking at there's still cars going around the track and there's still laps to be raced, so there won't be a restart. This will be official, however it finishes.
Could we even consider half points, do you think? Or something, because
we can consider the half points. Of an investigation after.
Because I think we will need to negotiate with the drivers afterwards, because I think I can understand why they're not happy. I'd be furious, but I think we'll work something out. But while we're still here, we've still got cars on the track, I guess, and as commentator, I can't do much about that. So I shall still talk about it and make funny noises.
The argument you're going to have is there's 10 drivers who are out, but 10 drivers who are still on track are going to say, well, they didn't hit the wall.
Well, saying that, I think Khalifa's hit that wall like 6 or 7 times. So,
but he's still running. That's the point I'm trying to make here.
Yeah, the issue is when this safety car goes in, say Dexter goes wide, he hits the wall, the whole field's going to hit him. That's what they're going to have to worry about on these safety car restarts. Turn 1's not the flashpoint, turn 8's the flashpoint. I hope the barrier's gone, because they seem to all be okay with it. Or at least the safety car did, and Dexter was able to be okay. It's just I don't know where it is. It's not on my screen. It was there, but now it's not. So
on my screen, Owen, it is across half the track, and that's the outside line of it.
So you can't race side by side into there?
No.
Yeah, right. Camo Baba's got a penalty for exceeding track limits. And we've only going to have 10 drivers go here. And Dexter's waiting quite a while to go. I reckon Splinter could have a chance, but he's actually been caught out. Here goes Mr. John on the soft. He should get this one down in towards turn 1. On the inside, Mr. John up into P2. And we've got quite a lot of moving about. Oh, that's 3 wide already. And Khalifa making some grind up, or has he broke the front line again? No, he's okay. He's making some grind up to P5. Indecisive and Camo Babu side by side. And Straw Blonde all the way down in last place. Right. Side by side, is that? Not quite, Bazet. Right. Pray. See, Dexter doesn't have the wall. I think they've got... The wall's okay now, I think. I think the wall's okay.
So from what I can see, it's across half the track, but drivers are driving through it now. So... Yeah. It's a game issue.
Well,
Where do we go?
it gives us a 10-man race, unfortunately. And like I say, nothing really we can do about that. We'll talk to the drivers afterwards. There'll probably be a lot of post-race investigations. But, I mean, listen, you've got something funny to watch back, I guess. I don't know, that's really much of a substitute, but...
In a couple of weeks' time, they'll all be laughing about it, I'm sure.
I hope so. But, yeah, we'll find a workaround. Oh, look at this! Nascar! Don't do that, lad. That's a bad idea. That could have been 2 cars out. We can't really afford to lose anymore. As he goes at the inside, mind you, he's still trying these moves, and he's making it work. So, what do I know? Strawblon is pitting. Khalifa, yeah, pitting. I don't actually know what for this time. Has he got a drive-through or something? Has he got a drive-through? I must have missed that.
I don't know. Has he got some damage, maybe?
He's driving through. He's got a drive-through. Didn't even see it. Man, his day's been crap, hasn't it? Oh dear.
This is, by the way, the championship favourite.
Yeah.
Still a lot of pits for a new wing.
Well, here's another driver who we thought had a chance in the championship early on. Maybe his form can pick up later on in the season, but it is Splinter on the back of Mr. John, who is just giving Dexter free roam out front, isn't he? He's not quick enough, is he?
He's not, but he's holding Splinter up. I think it might be that livery working wonders for Mr. John.
Yeah, Whiteout's just got by Camo Babo. No real surprise there with the damage. Just to remind you, the top 3 are all yet to pit again. As is indecisive, so guess who that puts in the lead? But he's on the hards, and they should get to the end. I think Baz is a hot shit for the win, unless we get the wall thing happen again. I think he should be in for the win, if he can just keep this one nice and calm. I hope he's aware of that situation. And again, just remembering this, Dexter has got another playoff point for lap 14.
No, lap 15.
Or lap 15, sorry. What are we on about?
Completion of this one?
Yeah. You know what I meant.
I know what you meant. There he is. 2 playoff points for Dexter.
Dansgar in the back of Camo Babu now. You know, he has made his sit and stop as well. As Whiteout pits again. Has he got a drive through too? I think he has. Yes, he has. Drive through for Whiteout too. So, do you know what? I know Baz is in for it at the minute, but I'm gonna call Danscar to win this thing. He's shown the pace all day, but here comes Splinter. We'll talk about Danscar in a second, because here's Splinter and here's Baza too. And Splinter gets by. And nothing really done there to defend from Mr. John. I guess he sort of knew it was a lost fight before he entered it. And they are still avoiding the wall, so I wonder if they get tight up to the wall, it still juts out a bit as Camo Babo brings out a safety car again. No, do you know what? Baza got past Mr. John just before the safety car came out. So, that's turn 8. Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh, you're kidding me.
Careful, Khalifa.
Oh man. Are you serious? Oh man. Just as I was saying, it was maybe looking okay.
There's the streamer's gone.
There, actually. The stream is there still. You know, this sort of sums our day up. I have not got another invite, so that is my day done. Lost calls, don't you? I don't think the stream's working anymore. Okay, right, we've got audio. We've got audio but no screen.
Oh, I have a screen, Owen.
Oh, yes. Right, hello. Right, okay. That's good. But I do need an invite if I can get one. Luckily we're under safety car when this happens, but... Oh, man. This has been a disaster. Right. Am I able to join through the party, actually? Hold on a minute. I might be able to just join through the party since I was already in. No. No, I can't. Hold on. I'm trying to do magic here. Aha! Aha! I'm a genius!
I
Right.
can tell you in your absence, Dexter has stayed out under safety car. Bowser is now second, Whiteout is third, and Mr. John did make a second stop, he's fourth. Dan's car up to fifth, Splinter is sixth, Straw Blonde, Indecisive Matt, and Khalifa down in ninth. And by the looks of it, you're rejoining.
Yeah, I've no idea what happened there. At all. Right, we're back, folks. Sorry about that minor problem. It was a safety car anyway, so really, what were you missing? So, who's yet to pit? That's the main question, and it's only Dexter. So even though Whiteout has just taken a drive-through penalty, he still seems to be in the box seat to win because he's on better sort of looking tyres, and no offence, he's a quicker driver than Bowser. So, yeah. Ah, man. We'll see how this one goes then. Just, man, that turn 8, it's a real ball ache, isn't it, for these guys? And for us, really, as well. But you know what? I've still got hope for Mr. John, really. If he can just find some pace, then he might be alright. I still, though, think JACKOCAR is going to win it. I know I say that White is in the box seat, but he's pitting now. So ignore that. Or is he putting different tyres on? Or maybe has he got another drive-through penalty? He's got another drive-through penalty. No, his team's come out. Is that his team? Is that his team? It is his team. So, do you know what? Yeah, JACKOCAR, that sort of confirms that JACKOCAR is going to win the race, I think. That's what I'm going to say. All he has to do is pass the top two. Or pass Bowser and Mr. John, and he's won. Unless we get more carnage, which we almost certainly 100% will. Khalifa could still win it. Khalifa could still win it, if he doesn't hit that wall again.
Oh, and this is our 5th safety car period, so I don't think there's any more after this.
Thank God for that. I'm getting sick of them. Although that does mean if you die at turn 8, then your day's done.
Yeah, and it also, I think Dexter's made a poor decision here. Staying out.
Yeah, he might well have done, actually. Although, by the looks of it, if there's any race to make a horrendous decision, it's probably this one.
I hate to say it, but I did call a few hours ago Bowser would potentially win the race tonight. Win the position.
And I hate to say that you're wrong, he's not going to win it. It's not that I don't have faith in him, is that I have got more faith in JACKOCAR. Because he started nearly last, let's say last but one. But, I mean, TC didn't technically start. So technically he was the last car on the grid to start. He's just got a goddamn penalty. Why did I comment? Why did I do this? There's no point. I don't know why I bother. It's a
what a race. Anyway, Owen's left
farce.
us. That leaves us with
done
the
with this.
safety car in this lap.
I give up. I could do this to everyone. Dexter, you're going to win the race. Bowser, you're going to win the race. JACKOCAR, you're going to win the race. Splinter's going to win. Strawball's going to win. Indecision's going to win. Khalifa's going to win. And Whiteout's going to win. Have some of that.
One of them will win, Owen.
Yeah. Well, let's just hope the one there's no bias, but let's just hope the right one wins. Right then, and that is Jess's fault. She said I was gonna jinx it, and I did. So nice one. I mean, literally, maybe it was Jess's fault because she did that just a minute ago. So
yeah, I've just seen that back.
Jess, it's your fault. Right, anyway, here we go. We're about to go green again, and God help you if you go wide at turn 8. As Bowser doesn't have a great start, but is okay enough to stay ahead of Mr. John, as Splinter has a look on the back of JACKOCAR round the outside, doesn't get it done. I'm just very nervous, if I'm honest. I hope these guys have got the patience, man. Don't go bombing into that turn 8 on lap 1 of this restart. It does look like some of them can, though. That's the issue. Some of them can, some of them can't. It's really unbelievably strange. But all we know is that Dexter, while he's the leader on track, he's in massive trouble. Yeah, look, he can take the line normally, but Bowser can't.
I think Dan's car can't either. I'm not sure about Mr. John. I think he's unaffected.
That's so weird. That's so weird. Again, to any disgruntled drivers, we will sort this, don't panic.
For any disgruntled drivers, I'm not reading the chat at the moment. So,
Oh, there's plenty of disgruntled drivers, trust me.
oh, I'm sure there is.
Oh, there's a lot. Can you blame them? Absolutely not, and I understand their pain, but please just let me do my job. And I don't even dare look at the Twitter chat.
Oh,
As
that's the one I
Baza.
was on about.
Oh, right, well, okay. I haven't looked at that either. Right,
All I see
Mr.
is
John
18
is
notifications.
shockingly close to making the overtake for the win here. I don't want to get too excited, but look at him. Baza's really... Has he hit the wall or something? Has Baza got damage? Because he can't drive that thing. No, he's okay, but he's struggling a lot. Mr. John is all over him right now. This is for the net leader race. He's got a nice run. Mr. John... Does he go for it down the inside? He thinks about it, and Mr. John is into the net lead, ladies and gentlemen. Dan Scar on the inside of Baza is trying to get net second, and Baza really is struggling with these tires at the moment. Mr. John's in the he's in, oh my god. Oh, look at this. Baza's had to get that position up. Can Dan Scar get by John? He should do by the end of the straight. But for a brief moment, Mr. John was literally the net leader of this race. And he still is! He still is! And look at there goes Splinter on the inside of Baza. I'll tell you what, we haven't got many drivers, but my god, they're giving us a good race at the moment. As they all head round, turn it. Splinter's shockingly wide, but he's okay. And we've got a massive train. Oh, Baza's hit the wall, front wing goes flying, and it's happened again. This lets Dan Scar and Mr. John break away, and Mr. John's under massive pressure. I was expecting Dan Scar to go flying there, if I'm honest. There didn't look like there was any space there. Didn't quite get the move done. Mr. John is defending like mad. He's not going to keep it for long. Now here comes Dan Scar on the inside for the net race lead to get by Mr. John. No, he's not.
No.
Mr. John is holding his ground brilliantly, and it is.
He's having the race of his life.
He really is. He's having the lap of his life. He's absolutely loving it round here. If he can just hold these guys behind, this is not an easy place to overtake, and there's a massive train behind all this. If he holds this for long enough, he might well actually pressure Dan Scar into trouble. He defends on the inside for the final corner. DRS is enabled. That could be his undoing. But Baza, unfortunately, is not catching because he's just got so much damage. Dan Scar.
I'll say it as well, Owen. Mr. John's one of those drivers who knows the rules package. He knows how to defend in this situation as well.
Here comes Dan Scar again on the outside. No way, Jose, but he's going to get him now. There he goes. Dan Scar will surely pass him, right? Although saying that, we know that John can brake relatively late on the straight, will he? No. Here comes Splinter on the back of Baza. They collide. Shock horror.
Yeah.
Straw
Mr.
blonde.
John's thinking of the long game.
Well, well, I hope he knows about the penalty. That could do it. But look at this. Still side by side. Baza and Straw blonde backs out. I don't think Mr. John's got any penalties. So even though Dan Scar's ahead, he's technically still behind. So let me just see
I'll check for you. Yeah, you focus on the race.
Yeah, Mr. John's got no penalties whatsoever. There's still plenty of movement happening here. Khalifa's now last. Again. So something must have happened to him. Let's try and get a look at the front wing. I'm sort of looking for damage. I wouldn't be at all surprised to see that. Yeah, it's completely destroyed again. Mr. John loses about 2 seconds. I think Dan Scar will be alright as long as he doesn't crash, really. But Dexter, do you know what? All that fighting gives him a little bit of breathing room. I'm sure he'll probably put on the sauce at the end. And just to remind you, he has still got to make his second stop. Splinter, Straw Blonde, penalty time. And Splinter all over Mr. John at the moment, looking to take... well, do you know what? Mr. John will still be in a net podium position. This is to take net second place. On the inside, no way through. Baza he's got too much damage. He's got too much damage. He can't drive it. He really cannot drive it. Khalifa pitting, probably wanting to go home now, but he's getting valuable points. Well, I say that, we may not even do any points, but if we do points, if that makes sense, then he'll be getting a few today, and he needs them.
Dan Scar's crashed.
Well, well, well. Look who this puts in the net lead again. I shouldn't be laughing at this, I'm sorry. We're down to 8 drivers, but it means that Mr. John's back in the lead, folks.
Oh.
Danscar, I said he might crash there again, and he has. Now all we need is for Sprinter to crash there, and Mr. John will have a home run, but it has to be said, Dexter, this is playing more and more into his hands by the lap.
Let's just enjoy this whilst we can, because there's going to be a huge inquiry after this race. Let's enjoy the final few laps of this, as Mr. John will take the lead of this race.
Well, I don't know if he will, actually, because Dexter might not pit for a while. I reckon Splinter, actually, in all seriousness, Splinter... Oh, actually, frick, he's got a penalty, hasn't he? Hold on a minute. How many penalties has Splinter got? Because I know Mr. John's got nothing. Oh my god. Oh my god. No, he's actually... No, sorry, it's okay. It's okay, it's okay. It's only 3 seconds. I thought it was 8 seconds. Yellows. Someone's crashed. It's white out. He's spun more like. He's broke the front. He's got a puncture. He's got a massive puncture. It's all gone wrong for him as he's just scraped up against the wall or something. Oh, he spins. He's facing backwards. Here comes Khalifa!
No! Oh.
My god, that is threading the needle or what? It's mad. Here comes Spencer. Oh, Mr. John. Who keeps defending? He keeps defending the position very well. Oh, Spencer's so wide, but he doesn't hit the wall, others do. It's so weird. Really weird. But look at this, Whiteside. He's going to be pitting for about the 5th or 6th time today. 5th time. Oh, he's not even going to make it.
Get in the pit lane. Oh.
That's how bad a puncture is. He might want to get disqualified if he does that. He's got to be careful. Frankly, though, I don't think he cares. It's gone completely wrong for him, hasn't it? In he comes.
Well, he's got to look at it this way. It's a top 8 finish, whatever happens.
Yeah. Yeah. Right then, back up to Gold and Splinter. Although I do keep saying this is playing unbelievably well into Dexter's hands. Of all the drivers, he could have wanted to be holding the rest of the field back. No offence, he would have wanted Mr. John. Because Mr. John, he knows the rules package, and even if he's not the quickest one out there, he will defend. He's got a penalty. I should stop this whole commentary.
Oh, this race. This race, my head is blowing up, man.
This race should just never happen, ever again. Never race on this track, on this game, ever again. Can you see why I hate this place now? My god, why does everyone have to ruin my day? Right, here it comes, Splinter. It doesn't matter now. Well, it does, because if he can't get by, I mean, he's still... They're equal on penalties now, so it's okay, but he's on the outside. Mr. John will just shove him out wide. Spencer will stay alive on the inside. This could be contact, but it's not. And through into 2nd place. Go Spencer at last. Right, do you fancy calming down for a minute? Baza and Whiteside are now in sauce. I mean, Whiteside just lost so much time. He's been lapped, so yeah. He might actually end up being... Yeah, he's quite a long way back, Whiteside. Whiteside, where is Spencer? He'll probably get lapped by Spencer soon. Straw blonde is now in the back of Mr. John. Jess, I don't say that. At least it's not raining.
At least it's not raining. Oh, we don't need stuff like that. I mentioned on Straw Blonde, actually, he's had the quietest race ever.
Dexter, a very slow pit entry, but he's going to be very fast when he comes out. He's got a goddamn...
He gets a penalty.
I retire. I'm leaving. Someone, don't mess up on this lap, please, because it's ruining my credibility as a commentator. I've got every single prediction I've made wrong, apart from the amount of finishers, and that's the bit that everyone's angry about. So, oh man. But at least Mr. John is still in the podium position, and he's actually genuinely looking okay until Dexter comes flying past him in about 2 laps time. But here comes Stroblond. Inside, DRS, should be alright. Ignore that. Mr. John defending quite well again. Splinter is alive. Mr. John is alive. Stroblond alive. Dexter is alive. They're all getting free okay at the minute.
Mr. John, I think he's a shout for driver of the day at the moment.
When did Splinter actually take the 5-second time penalty? He must have. He must have.
Oh, you're looking, okay.
I think he's only got the 1 penalty. Mr. John has only got the 1 penalty. Stroblond has only got the 1 penalty. So we're all on equal ground on that.
Decisive Matt has the 2 penalties because Dexter has a 5-second. As
Bazza's dead. Yeah. Stroblond's just cut the corner completely trying to get by Mr. John, so he's not gonna escape that without a penalty. And yeah, we're down to 7 now in Singapore.
Well, I predicted 8.
Singapore
so
7th, boys. Whiteside fastest lap. Yay!
That's a playoff point, that is.
Not for very long. I reckon Dexter might beat it. We'll see though. Stroblond, though, still all over Mr. John, but can he get by? That's the big question. He's looking, but he's backing off quite a lot as well. I think it's important, I guess, to know who you're racing, isn't it? And he does know who he's racing. He knows he's going to be careful with him.
He knows he's faster than John, but he also knows John knows how to defend. If that makes any sense at all. As he goes to the outside, turns in, does he
gets it
make
done?
That stick? Yes, he does.
Oh, Mr. John fancies on the outside, but doesn't quite get it done. And you know what? I didn't even look on the map to see where Bazza went, but I don't think there's any prizes for guessing.
It was turn 8, definitely.
Yeah. Oh man. Sorry, I'm not laughing. I'm laughing at Indecisive's car. It's got the rev glitch. I didn't expect a rev glitch in this. Sorry. I just go through the car. You just hear him going panicking. Right then. So who'd have predicted today that we'd have the top 2 from ILR8 last season sitting at the front with Mr. John in third and Dexter hounding them all down?
The top 5 at ILR8. Saying
yeah. ILR8 boys showing how it's done, really. No luck involved whatsoever, of course.
We have seen some good driving from Mr. John, though.
Yeah. Has Indecisive got any penalties?
Yeah, he's got 2.
Yes, he's got 2. So Mr. John should be, touch wood, okay for the podium. But actually saying that, here comes Dexter. And you know what? Indecisive didn't even bother to defend that one. So if no one's going to defend from Dexter, he could well come through and do bits here in these closing stages. He's got 5 laps. That's plenty of time.
Fastest lap is still Whiteout down in 7th at the moment. We're on 39.6.
Nice. Right, I reckon it's time to whack out the gap to leader because, well, let's see. Dexter has got the 5-second time penalty, which I don't think he's taken, so he wouldn't have taken it. Nope. So he's got to pass Splinter and then clear him by 2 seconds. Is that doable in the next 5 laps? What do you want me to find out?
He's not hanging about either.
He's not hanging about.
Well, list.
He can't. He's just got to keep it moving. Because he'll gain massively in the final sector, you would have thought. He should be by Mr. John on the next lap. All being well, as NK Bourne has finally decided to leave, actually. He's stuck around. Probably building his evidence, really, for the case against Codemasters, but... yeah, I can't blame him.
Yeah, there's not a lot we can do about the game. I think what will happen is we'll probably take this as an official result, because everyone gets points no matter what. We'll probably take half points to everybody, and the winner because all of these are full-time drivers. The winner will still go to the playoffs. So I think that's a fair compromise. But of course,
I could maybe wonder only people will get only playoff points, maybe not any regular points, because I think a lot of the drivers will say they were entitled to points, but I guess we'll see what happens, as you say. But I'm sure plenty of drivers will have their ideas about it. As Dexter Powell!
Oh, John!
That's a late one, isn't it? No damage caused, but you're alright there, John. That's you're right there in my voice box as well. But particularly John, is that too far, do you think?
It's on the limit. It's fine. No damage. We race on.
If I were Dexter, I wouldn't have been happy with that one, regardless of the rule set. Because it spoils his run at Straw Blonde that he might potentially miss out on. Of course, for Mr. John, you know, he's got to make sure he can keep Dexter behind as long as possible to protect that podium, of course, doesn't he?
John. Dexter, where's he going to go? To the outside.
This is not good driving, I don't think. I think Dexter might get a bit hot-headed in a minute. He's going to be fuming. He can't get by.
From Denmark, what can he do?
Mr. John is currently praying, I guess, in that cockpit. Yeah, I think he knows the onslaught's coming because there's only 3 laps to go and he's somehow got to keep Dexter behind, and if he can't, make sure he doesn't get 2 seconds clear. And, well, yeah.
Dexter gives him a squeeze as well, I think. Somewhat deserved, but anybody who knows John knows that this will probably make it his year or a P4 here.
Yeah,
huge.
Should be happy enough with it. We'll see. We'll see how he feels. Sadly, we never got to see that P1 against him, but he was net P1, so it counted. But here is the man that is P1, Splinter. Where did he start? He must have started way down the field. Yeah, he started in 18th. And so, I mean, can you really look past him for driving today, people? I know people say, oh, Mr. Jones done a fantastic job. He's absolutely has done a fantastic job. He's made 13 places, but Splinter has went up from 18th to the lead.
And it goes to show you again, anybody can win.
Providing the wall comes out.
Providing, yeah. The lack of the wall.
Lack of wall. Oh, well, no, it's not a lack of wall, an extension of wall.
I don't want to speak too soon, but it looks as though that's the race settled at this point. As Khalifa makes a move on that.
Yeah.
That'll be a routine.
Yeah, I think Indecisive will be happy enough with that position as well. I'd hope.
Oh, he will be. 100%. Whiteout will feel hard done by. But he's a minute 39 off the lead, there's not a lot he can do. Not far off being lapped, actually.
Well, this only 2 laps to go. It feels like this race has been going on forever. I don't know what the reaction is going to be. In one way I'm looking forward to it, in another way I'm terrified of it. But
I'm the one who's got to deal with it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Right then, so yeah, let's just quickly go through the order while we've got a chance before the race ends. Spencer in the lead from Straw Blonde and Dexter. Where have we seen that before? Mr. John in 4th from Khalifa, 5th Indecisive, 6th Whiteout, 7th, and then the retirements. Bowser Dansgaard, Camel Baba, Risky Racer, Frederick Gammo, MK Bourne, Beesma, TC, Crazy Van Rob, Murdoch, Yuri, and Arnold, and we didn't even get a start for Pete. Yeah. Who made the most pit stops, I wonder?
Whiteout.
Oh, it's a draw. 5 pit stops each. That is a new record that we probably don't really care about, but it's a new record. Anyway, starting the final lap is Splinter. Stroll actually is catching. He's on for his fastest lap of the day. And he doesn't quite get it, but he certainly has still got some pace. Khalifa now trying to get by Mr. John, who is falling off the cliff, well and truly. And just looking to get to the line now on this final lap. I reckon Khalifa, though, will give it a good go. And a good recovery from him, having been in that wall about 6 or 7 separate times, it feels like. He's not going to pass him, Khalifa. Khalifa's not going to pass. He's crawling around. Something's... Stroll Blonde! He's hit the wall! Again! We were... last lap, man.
Does this put Mr. John back on for podium?
It does indeed. Unless he hits it.
Khalifa's penalty situation there.
What is Khalifa doing? What is
5 seconds, 3 seconds and another penalty.
What is Khalifa on? What is he... Eh?
Eh?
I don't know. Right, here's Spencer then. He has lapped Whiteout. That's probably Whiteout's own decision. He probably doesn't want to do another lap in his place, and I don't blame him. But yeah, Stroll Blonde from 2nd place, final lap. All he had to do was get round, and he couldn't manage it. He was pushing too hard. Didn't really change the result though, too much for Splinter, as he comes round the final 2 corners. The ILR 8 champion gets his JACKOCAR career off to a decent enough start. Finally gets a good result. Wins in Singapore.
Into the playoffs he goes.
Into the playoffs, and that's probably about all he's getting. I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't get a single point today, frankly. But Dexter in 2nd place, and Mr. John, he's not going to be passed because Khalifa's parking it up. And Mr. John fires light up the sky because Mr. John is on the podium. I can't believe it. Khalifa makes doubly sure, and he's cleared those penalties. He finishes 4th. Don't know what he was on there, and Indecisive doesn't get him, so I guess he was going to be 4th anyway. And we're going to crawl into a hole, and you'll see us maybe one day again.
Hopefully next week.
Hopefully next week. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed it.
Well, we had drama, didn't we?
We had plenty of drama. Whether it's the kind of drama we like to see, I'm not sure. I do hope the drivers aren't going to kill us. It's not our fault, okay? That's all I'm saying. It's not my fault. Don't shoot the messenger, etc. Does that Jack cut as the messenger?
Am I the messenger? We'll see. Anyway.
Last bit Jenny from Codemasters. She's the messenger. Right.
By the way, Whiteout picks up the point for the playoff point for the fastest lap in that race. Splinter will get 5 playoff points for the win.
Yeah, let's just quickly get through this order before the time runs out. So Splinter from Dexter, Mr. John, Khalifa, Indecisive, Stroll Blonde is classified but not finishing, and Whiteout in 7th. And then the retirements: Baz the Danscar, Cam Valber, Risky Race, the Friend Gamma, MK Board, Beesma, TC, Chris Van Rob, Murdoch, Yuri, Arnold, and Pete didn't even start. And yes, that is Rob's Joker gone. I wonder if he'll be allowed that one back though. Feels he got a bit robbed from that one, didn't he? Not really his own doing, but listen, we'll deal with the fallout when this is over. Well, it is over. We can go away now. Over. We can leave yous forever until next week.
Oh, and thank you for your time. Wish me luck.
Well, wish us all luck, really. If we're back next week. God, that was it. Listen, there's nothing we could have done about that. I hope you enjoyed the show, but sorry. Sorry about that. What can we do? Blame Codemasters. Yeah. Oh well. Safe travels. We'll see you next week if we haven't been slaughtered by the chat. Right, see you. Again, I'm waving at the microphone.